Let's start this bulletin with our top focus this hour. The Supreme Court has come down hard on the Maharashtra Speaker as it set a time frame for him to decide on the disqualification pleas against Shiv Sena, Shinde Sena camp and Ajit Pawar NCP camp MLAs. Now, the bench headed by the Chief Justice of India has ordered Rahul Narvekar to decide on petitions against 39 MLAs of the Shinde camp, including Chief Minister, by December 31st. Now, the Maharashtra Speaker has also been ordered to announce decisions on the disqualification pleas against Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar and 8 other NCP MLAs by January 31st. Now, during the proceedings today, the top court slammed the Speaker, saying that disqualification decisions were being delayed, and this was, of course, rendering it infructuous. Further, the CGI-led bench also remarked that time has come for them to take up the disqualification pleas due to the Speaker's failure to hear the case in a time-bound manner. An attempt was also being made to render the disqualifications of the said MLAs.
I'm eternally grateful to the Honorable Supreme Court for being fair and just. Satyameva Jayate. We've got a timeline, and it clearly shows the Maharashtra government and the Speaker's office, which is supposed to be supreme. We look at Speaker as not just of any party, but the Speaker is the custodian of fairness and honesty and the truth. And which was not happening, unfortunately, in Maharashtra. So the Honorable Supreme Court had to intervene. They've made very, very strong comments on the Speaker's behaviors. And from the bottom of my heart, with full gratitude, I'm eternally grateful to the Honorable Supreme Court for this justice.
My colleague Harish joins us with more information on this. Harish, we've seen how the Supreme Court had earlier this month also wrapped the Maharashtra Speaker for inaction when it comes to these disqualification pleas. And once again, the Supreme Court now talking tough when it comes to these pleas, which have, of course, a significant bearing on the assembly proceedings in Maharashtra.
Yes, that's right. We should remember that the Supreme Court had pulled up the Maharashtra Speaker Rahul Narvekar thrice earlier, and just before the Dasara vacations, had asked the Solicitor General who was appearing for the Speaker to specify by today a realistic deadline by which he will decide the disqualification petitions filed against the rebel 38 Sena MLAs, including Eknath Shinde, and also 9 NCP MLAs, including Ajit Pawar. But today, the Solicitor General appeared and filed an affidavit saying that the Speaker needs at least time till February 29, 2024, which was not acceptable to the Chief Justice bench. The Speaker had said that the delay is because of 2 holidays coming in between. Then there is a Christmas break. There are 2 sessions of the Assembly. Then these parties are filing fresh applications, and they also expect detailed arguments. So he cannot decide before February 29, 2024. But this was not just acceptable to the bench. And today the bench put its foot down and said that now it looks like even disqualification petitions, the Supreme Court will have to decide. It looks like there is an attempt going on to render these disqualification petitions infructuous by leading into the elections, by which naturally these disqualification petitions will become infructuous. And saying so, the Supreme Court has set a deadline, 2 deadlines, one for deciding the disqualification petitions filed by Uddhav Thackeray camp against Shinde and 38 MLAs. That has to be decided by the Speaker by December 31st. Number 2, the disqualification petitions filed by Sharad Pawar camp against Ajit Pawar and 8 MLAs. That has to be decided by January 31st. So 2 stiff deadlines set by Supreme Court, saying that telling Speaker that enough is enough. We have to act now. This was despite Solicitor General of India, Tushar Mehta, who had appeared for Speaker, saying that beyond a point, Supreme Court cannot dictate terms to the Speaker because even the Speaker is a parallel constitutional authority. This would amount to unwarranted interference. But Chief Justice made a very strong remark saying that...
Right, Harosh, like you're rightly mentioning, there are a lot of to and fro in the top court, but the fact remains that the Supreme Court has once again ensured that it talks tough when it comes to this particular decision. And of course, the Speaker will now have to decide on these 2 disqualification pleas within the set deadlines. Appreciate you joining us with all of those information.